Oh yeah, so here's an example of one of my kits. Now that I've got one for each thing, like each army that I'm making, this is just standard Space Marine, so it's all in order, like there's the legs, pieces and everything. So these are all the bits I've got just for Space Marines that, like I haven't clipped that stuff off that sprue. I'm thinking of probably putting it on eBay actually, because I've got a lot now that I'm not doing the Warhammer army. But I've been playing around like using these bits, and I wanted to show you what I've got in the way of Space Marine. This dice, I really like this guy, mainly for his like sort of unique scale. He's got that kind of like illustration vibe to him where the head's quite small compared to the body, and his chest is like really different to most chests because it's actually the back of a Chaos tank gunner. And I want to do a whole series of these guys with these big Fenrir's Wolf Claws from the Storm from the Space Wolves kit. He's got Sanguinary Guard legs, and he's got these epaulets with the cloth on them, and a Chaos backpack that's been filed down to look like sort of sharpened edges there. But mainly I just really like the scale. It's a bit squished on the camera, but he's quite long, and he just sort of sits really nicely. And I'd really like to do a whole set of these guys. The problem is I don't know what the fluff is, or what army they'd fit in. But I just thought maybe I'll just make a display army of sort of futuristic looking Space Marines that are kind of got a different look. Like it's pretty chunky. I love it. So yeah, I really had fun making this, and I just want to do things that I'm having fun doing. So I broke down some of the Space Marine, some of the Sisters of Battle that I wasn't really liking, like the Seraphim, but I left the Celestians because I think the Celestians are pretty cool. So here's an example of the Sisters that I like, so, and we'll be using in this new army. This guy injecting his cartridge. And these guys are really fun, kind of cool, I think. Just unique looks, using all different parts. They need to be cleaned up. Gosh, it's gotten dusty in here. So if I can use these in some kind of army, that'll be really fun. Maybe it's a squad led by this guy or whatever. So I need to look at a list. Most of the heroes from the Sisters I'm going to reuse in the list, but I'm not going to go with the Sisters Codex. I'm going to do something else, I think. So yeah, hopefully this will be kind of like a Necromunda army, I guess is the best way of describing it. It's got its own sort of unique look, but still with a 40k vibe. So, oh, and these guys are cool, from the Sisters army that will be repurposed. I'd love to do a whole squad of these. Flipping out. Maybe I would end up using a Chaos Space Marine list, I'm not sure. I hear it's not that strong these days. But I could do Blood Angels as well, I suppose. Maybe people would be interested if this was a cohesive look and it had an interesting fluff behind it, but it might actually be something that people would be interested in a year or two from now in purchasing, and then I could make another army. I don't know. That's not really as much of an issue if I'm enjoying doing the models. So that's what I was thinking. Hey, let me tell you what I'm doing with commissions.